What's up, everybody? Well, it's a chilly day out there today, I'm gonna tell you now. Well, to get started here this morning, I'm gonna plug both these batteries into their individual charger and see how long they take to charge. I run each truck pretty much equal off of a full charge battery, so just for fun, we're gonna see which one charges first on their own little charger, you know. So just go ahead and plug them babies in over here real fast. So, alright, here we go. This one's plugged in here. This one's plugged in here. You can see it back there. We're just going to see which one gets pulled first. Here's what we are going to do coming up. I guess I'll do it right now, probably. We're going to find out. I want to put these Super Swampers, or these Mud Boggers. I don't know how I got that wrong because these are my favorite tires because they're Mud Slingers. Not Mud Boggers, not Super Swampers. And I screwed it up twice. But anyway, I love Mud Slingers. I have 2.2s, I have 1.9s, and now I have 1.0s. I will look to see if they make a 1.3, I guess. I didn't think of that. Anyway, they're not quite as tall as what's on the K10 1.3s, and I don't know what the overall height are. But there is so much more fender well room in this truck, sorry. There's so much more space on that truck. We're going to a bigger tire. So I looked all day to find the fourth tire too. I had 3 of these boogers. I couldn't even find the fourth one. But look at this. Watch this stick together. The inside's so sticky, and if I wash them, the outside is just as good. Why does the light look so weird in here? So anyway, I'm going to find out if I can put these brass rings inside those stock wheels. I'm not thinking it's going to happen, but we're going to try it. Why not? Alright guys, check this out. I plugged these in for about 5 or 6 minutes and I had to leave the house, so I unplugged them. I never leave the house with batteries charging. As soon as I got back, I plugged them back in, and immediately this one went off and said it was charged. And I plugged it in 2 or 3 tries to make sure it was no connection problem. Then I switched this battery to here and it lit up, so it was charging. I put this battery on this one and it showed that it was a full charge. So my point being, this ain't a faster charger or nothing, but this battery is just that much better that it used way less juice. I ran these trucks equally. Okay, this one is still charging. It's been over 10 minutes or so now, and it's still charging, which is fine. It probably might take 20-30 minutes to charge, which is what I expect because I run the trucks pretty good. Alright, now we got these both charged up, and I'm just going to go ahead to let you know. This one charged just a few minutes later. It probably only took 12 to 15 minutes to catch up, so it was probably not all the way dead or nothing. You get a pretty good run time out of these little trucks, I'll say that. Because making that video, you know, it was a good constant 30 to 45 minutes with both trucks. So anyway, here's where we're at next. I'm kind of curious to find out, can I put these Injora brass rings around these rims and they work? I kind of think I can. I don't know how easy it's going to be to go together because this ring is actually skinnier, but yet it's kind of like more of it there. I don't know how you'd say it. Thicker, taller. See there, it's got like a hollow setup going around. But you see here, you see how much play is around the rim once the rim's put back together? So what we get with the other one, let me just do this. See, now they actually do fit, but it's going to make for a lot tighter tire. So I don't know if I'll be able to screw them down all the way or whatever, if I'll have to use a longer screw to get started. So, kind of not something I don't think is going to work real good. I'd love to add the extra weight though. I'm going to find out. So alright, now I got the bad boy on there, no problem. It actually goes together very easy, which is a bad thing sometimes. Here's the issue. The tire itself, the lip is a lot skinnier on these mudslingers than what these stock tires are. These got a big old fat lip. Now, the Enjora brass ring is actually thicker or taller, if you look at it this way, if I can get it to focus. So you would think it would become a tight fit, you know what I mean? And this is just taller going, you know, like more material there that way. But it's way skinnier. It's actually skinnier on this inside. So therefore, I thought it was going to be too tight to put that on there, but it went right together, no problem. The thing is I can almost pull it. I can probably pull this tire right out of here by hand. I already started to a minute ago and I stopped and I took it apart and put it back together without doing it. The thing is if I was to use this plastic ring instead of the brass ring with these tires, I don't even think it would hold these tires. That lip is so skinny compared to these, because this is already wider this way, and that's the only thing holding us in there, I believe. So what I'm going to do on the next one, I'm going to put the next one together. I'm going to try one with these just for the heck of it, and then we're going to see how easy it pulls out on each one, I guess. I really want to put those mudslingers on that truck. So we may just go with it, and if they come off while we're driving, we'll deal with it later. I think that's what we'll do. So alright, now here, this one here, I don't have screws in it or nothing. I just put the stock black plastic ring just to check, and I'm holding it together as firm as I can, and I can just pull the tire out like it's don't even look like it's on there. So at least with the brass rings, it does actually work better. Let's try another one with the brass ring in there and do the same thing. This is definitely wider, but I don't understand. I guess the FMS and the FCX24 tires are just different. They have a different bead for sure. Which one's the best side? Wait, I better look at the directions. Two have to go each way, right? If that goes that way, we better make sure this one does the same thing. They go together very nice, even with the brass ring instead. So you'd think they would hold really tight, and they actually hold pretty good. They definitely hold better than the stock ones do. But let me try to hold these as firm as I can. Well, that's way better. You know what? Well, it did come off there, but I was only holding it firm here. You know, I think we can make this happen. If we get into a spot where they bind up, they might come off, but oh well. I'd still rather have these on there than the other ones. So we'll take that chance, huh? I think so. They go together very well. So let me slap them together and just deal with it. So alright guys, for all of those who is wondering if it's worth putting these little O-rings into these shocks, yes it is. Now I see so many videos where they're putting 2 O-rings onto each one because it comes with 8. Now you can try, but I'm going to tell you what, it doesn't work out very well because the cap doesn't shut back on. So I'm assuming they give you an extra one just because they're going to wear out. I don't think they're giving you 2 to put on at one time. So I took it back off, put one on, the cap shuts just like it's supposed to. They work fine. Let me show you something. You remember what it was like before. Here's the back. Pass the ball, Jordan. Pass the ball. Here's the front. Watch this. That is the stock shocks. You seeing this, right? And it's only got a drop of this oil. You can't put much. I tried to put a couple good drops, and it just comes right back out before you can put the lid on in order to get it to shut, you know. It barely dampens it, but that's all you need. And that's another reason I run 90 weight oil in all my shocks. So many people seem to think that's too thick, probably. Just try it once. That's all I gotta say. But look at this right here. Yeah. That's what's up, not this. So, let me go ahead and just do this. I'm gonna show you how I do these too, I guess, but we get a couple more bounces just before we do it, so we have it on video. And I'm having cake and ice cream for dessert over here. We just had some chicken on the grill. My wife's leftover birthday cake that I baked. That's right, I baked it. I didn't make the ice cream, I bought it, but I baked the cake. So what I did, because these are kind of got the double ball down here and they link to the links actually. I took the first one off to learn that, so on the second one I just unscrew the top, take the cap off, then I unscrew the rod. Well, let me just show you. It's easier. I know these are old. Everybody's like, I've been doing this forever. Well, I don't care. Watch anyway. No, I'm just being sarcastic, funny. Most of you guys that are still watching, maybe you don't know. So we're going to show you what I've learned. That's all. But I just take that baby off right there. I leave the whole bottom part on. I take the cap off. Sorry, my hand's in the way, but on this one, you just go straight down inside there. And it takes it right off the cup on the other end. And actually it's stuck on here right now. Boom. So all you have to do, I don't have the grip to take this cap off the end, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. I take my little pliers gently because it's plastic and just pry to the side a little bit. Let's do this without breaking. Boom. It's not easy, I know that, but then just take your screw, the shaft. You can take that back off. Put the shaft right back through. Take your O-ring, put it on the shaft. Put it on there. Now you can do 2 if you want to. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, because there are 8 of these little O-rings. Let me back this up just a little bit. So small. My hands are dirty again. I've been working outside. Anyway, there's 8 O-rings, and if you want to put 2 of these little boogers on each one, go right ahead. But when I did it, this little cap that goes back on, I'm sorry. The little cap that goes back on, you see here how you got to get it to snap back down over it and everything. But I could not get it to click down with 2 O-rings, no matter what. It had a gap here. And it was already dripping my oil back out. So, what good is that if it's going to just leak the oil out? My suggestion, or my opinion, since there's no instructions, I just think they gave you an extra O-ring for each shock so that when it wears out, you got another one. That's just what I think, but... Oh, don't do what I did the first time. I went, put oil, put the cap, then I tried to put it back on and realized I got to screw it back on through here. So, go ahead and put the spring back on the shock, like so. I apologize, let me zoom it back out. This is horrible, horrible. One more time, boom. Anyway, we go back like that. Do-doom. We find the cup that it came off of. Make sure it is straight. Don't cross thread nothing. Go straight to the plunger. And do not over tighten. Pay attention to it. There we go. Now with this oil I got 90 weight. It literally only takes a couple drops. 3 or 4 will fill it to the top. And then I got to take it all back out because it won't even shut. So I'm only going to put, I don't know, I think I put 3 good drops that time, and it seems like it might work here. Don't forget now, actually I almost did, the bigger washer goes around the threads here before the cap goes back on now. Just slap that booger right on. I just slide the spring down and hold this with my fingers. These things are so fragile, you do not need to put no pressure to them. Tighten it up. Make sure the spring will compress all the way. Okay, this one can take more oil. It's nowhere near ready, so. Which on this, 1 drop of oil could mean a whole bunch. 2 drops, I'll have to drain it back out. So we'll go with 1 good drip. Kind of looks better. Let's try that. Sometimes you have to crack this open and then compress the shock to let the oil out if there's too much, because it will obviously not compress all the way if there's too much. Okay, that ain't bad at all. We can take that. I'll work with that one. Why is this so dang tight? It's tight on that ball. It's the tightest I've ever seen a shock on one of these little balls there, but that's okay. That didn't sound right, but. So already with just one of them done, and no more bouncy bounce. That one don't feel real good. I might have to put a little more oil in that one, to be honest. Compared to the front ones, I'm not as happy with it. But we will double check and tune it just in case. Right after these messages. Sorry. We'll be right back after the last one. So, alright, there we go. We got that bad boy looking good. Look at this. No more Beeble to Bobble. More like that now. That's pretty cool. No thanks to this book. It don't tell you nothing about them shocks. I mean, not how you put the O-rings in or nothing. So now, I do got an obstacle for it. Boom. Track time. I could do a double tracks even, but pow. I need the music like when Christine turns her headlights on. If you don't know what the Christine movie is, then well, we probably shouldn't even be friends. No, I'm just kidding. That's mean. I love Christine. Stephen King's pretty cool. Oh, my bumper's stuck. Hold on. There we go. It's not bad slow control for a stock little mini rig. I know that. It's actually not a bad weight. I figured it would have done flipped over. It ain't going up it though, is it? Nope. I'll be darned. Not quite long enough to breach it. Well, now I want to know if the other one can do it or not. Ain't she pretty? I think this long wheelbase is going to help us get up this. Maybe not with that spinning tires right there though. Oh yeah, we're going. Beautiful control, look at that. That's why I like them long wheelbase. A lot of people hate the wheelbase being long. I like it. It has its ups and downs.